Hey, this is Shagdog. Welcome to the Spitter Swallow Beer Review with my super duper co-host Jammer.
That's right. Ah! Let's do this.
Right.
Hey, Shagdog, I got Kentucky Brewing's Bourbon Barrel Tart Cherry Wheat at 8% ABV.
Hey, Jammer, and I'm doing Sweetwater, which I rarely drink Sweetwater, but Sweetwater's
Oh, no.
Exodus Porter, which is
Exodus. Oh, my
Altex
God.
Lexington Brewing Company, Distilling Company out of Kentucky. I think it's the same company that makes your beer, actually. Is that same?
Exodus. Oh, yeah. All right.
Altex, right? Does it Altex make the Kentucky bourbon? I believe. I don't know, but it's 8% ABV. 8% ABV, but they consider Beer Advocate considers this a fruit and field beer, not a porter. So
This one right here is Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company.
Yes, this is Altex Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's weird.
Kentucky beer. Wait, that's your beer. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Never mind. I'm looking at your Beer Advocate. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, my Beer Advocate says something totally different. I don't even know how the hell.
Totally different.
Wait, I'm on the wrong one. No wonder it didn't come up. Okay, go ahead, Jammer.
I was just saying that Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Tart Cherry Wheat. It doesn't. I don't have anything in particular to say because usually you will look it up on the Beer Advocate, you know. But
Yeah, I got Beer Advocate for you.
I will
For
say
yours,
if Mark
87.
Twain and a mad scientist collaborated on a beer, Kentucky Barrel Bourbon Barrel Tart Wheat might be the result.
Yeah, I was reading all your beers somehow. I had that one up. 87 Beer Advocate, fruit and field beer for you. 8%.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you right now, Shagdog, this pours a hazy golden hue. It's like the morning after, man. It's like you've been out all night and partying, and it's the morning after, and it's golden, and it's a nice hue to it. It's like a honky tonk, and it's topped with a frothy white head that's kind of quickly dissipating. But it's inviting and so forth. So, you know, hey, there it is. You know, as far as the aroma goes, it's wow. It's got a bourbon barrel, sweet vanilla with a zesty citrus and a bit of like tart, like funk, man. It's like make it funky.
Get funky.
You know, make it funky. You know. With a whiskey sour in there with a fresh loaf of bread, you know. It is a wild thought. I'm sorry,
So
Shagdog.
You get the fruit and field beer sensation off that, or off of
Is that what it is? A fruit and field
That's
beer?
that's what Beer Advocate says it is.
Okay, we'll go with that.
But if it's a cherry wheat, it's got to be a wheat beer in my book if it's got wheat in it. So
Right. Or a vice.
yeah. Mine is a.
Cheers.
I don't want to say, hey, cheers. Mine's American Porter, 6.6%. These guys are out of Atlanta. I didn't know Sweetwater was out of Atlanta. American Porter. And it says this on Beer Advocate, this status, this beer is retired, but I'm seeing like recent reviews on it. So how could it be retired? But people are doing recent reviews on it. So I got a big head on my pour. Head still didn't go down. Look at that. 3 head Todd and the
big
Monsters.
head, huh?
3 finger head Todd and the Monsters.
Big head Todd and the Monster. It's bittersweet, I bet you.
It might be bittersweet or sweet and bitter.
Yeah. Sweet and bitter, bitter and sweet.
I more prefer cumbersome, but
That's 7 Mary 3, though.
right. I like that word better. Cumbersome. Just takes the bittersweet right there. Right?
I'm going to tell you right now, Shagdog, this beer is...
I wonder if Big Head Todd's heard, so they got a song called Cumbersome. Hey, we'll just come out with a song called Bittersweet.
This beer right here, Shagdog, it's like a roller coaster, the flavor is. And it has bourbon warmth to it up front. And then it's followed by a crisp, lemony tartness that kind of snaps you into reality and says, hey, wake up, wake up, wake up. And then the wheat backbone comes in there. And it's... I got it. Damn it.
You actually got something?
I got that freaking gnat.
I was just smacking something just to wake you up.
I got that fucking gnat that's been bothering me. Yeah.
Is it no-see-em?
Yeah, it's a gnat.
Hey, look at that head still lingering. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Linger it up.
I was just going to say, the wheat backbone, it smooths out, and the barrel aging kind of adds a hint of caramel and oak to it. It kind of has a sweetness to it from that, and a tart. As far as the tart cherry go, it kind of becomes more sweet than tart. Anyway, go ahead, Shagdog. I'm really interested in finding out what yours is like.
You probably can't see it from there, but there is some red hues. It's kind of a dark brown, actually, not black.
It looks black, man. I'm
yeah,
surprised.
it does. I hope the light though, you got kind of like red hues, like an amber.
Well,
brown.
mine is much darker than what it really is.
Yeah.
Mine is more golden and more bright than that, but yet it shows it much darker.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get a little light to hold behind the beer just to show people what I'm seeing back here, because I got three lights here and a fourth light up there, so that's probably.
You're probably right about that.
Yeah. But Jammer, this is it's a porter, but it smells roasty, coffee, strong. Not a very strong coffee, but a pretty good coffee. Light cocoa, but it's a sweet smell in there too, like a dark fruit or something.
Yeah.
I might not like it. It's for a porter smelling sweet like that, but we'll see.
Shagdog, just dive in. Let's see what it happens.
Dive in like Greg Louganis and hit your head.
Yeah,
right?
hit your head, bleed out, you AIDS infested
Spread your AIDS.
bastard.
Yeah, spread your AIDS in that pool.
Yeah.
I see. He's still alive? He's still alive, isn't he?
I think so.
He must be getting the same medicine Magic Johnson's getting. Greg Louganis. Hey, he's still alive, 65 years old.
Wow.
His spouse is Johnny Shallot.
Shallot. Johnny Shallot.
You know. But that's weird that how many people had AIDS in the early 80s, late 80s,
you know what
early
kills
90s,
me is
still alive.
Yeah, well, that's because they had the money.
And got the good medicine. But how did they get it? Other people in the 90s did not get that medicine.
Because they didn't have the money.
Crazy.
Magic Johnson is a prime example. I mean, he had all that money to pour at that thing.
But how did they know what worked, supposedly? That quick in the game.
He didn't know. He just poured the money out there hoping that it would work.
That's why I don't want like Sweetwater beers. It tastes kind of
sweet, watery.
Sweet, watery. Kind of almost a figgy sweetness, like a Fig Newton sweetness kind of in there.
Little 80s.
Little 80s AIDS in there. That sweet water that Greg Louganis left behind in the Olympic pool.
Yeah. You know what kills me about that?
No offense to Greg Louganis. I thought he was a very good athlete diver.
Here's the thing about it. I'm not dismissing the capabilities or talents.
Right.
But like Freddie Mercury, man, he was an awesome singer. He really had the vocalization to be able to, and the range and everything like that. But when it comes all down to it, he was a freaking gay queer, faggy.
Yeah, I did not know it with Freddie. I mean, I really never.
Here's
paid
the
much
thing
attention
about
to him,
that
but
is, you got a hard rock band called Queen. I knew they were freaking gay.
yeah, something like that. Well, yeah, I mean, you had bands called. I'm trying to think of some other faggoty names. Faggoty. I mean,
Crocus.
wow, that doesn't sound faggoty to me. But was he
It
gay
does
too?
to me.
Lead
Crocus.
singer?
I don't know.
He might have been. But I never really paid attention to Queen that much. I heard their songs. Another one, Bites of Dust.
I mean,
big songs.
here's the thing with their songs. Their songs were like, another one bites the dust. We are the champions, my friend.
Yeah, The Flash.
Gordon, you saved every one of us.
But I never really paid attention to them as much because I was young. I was in my single-digit years when they were out, and up into my early teenage years. Yeah.
But the thing about it is that it's kind of like Elton John. You knew he was fucking gay, but you didn't knock him because he had good songs like Benny and the Jets.
Really, Elton John? I didn't even know he was gay, but I heard about it, him being gay, like when I was probably 5th or 6th grade, probably. Elton John's gay.
The one I heard that I remember and as bold and bright and vibrant as yesterday is Rod Stewart having to have his stomach pumped because he swallowed too much dog cum.
Dog cum?
Yeah.
That's better than man cum.
Look it up. Look it up.
What was he, blowing dogs or?
Yeah, he was blowing some freaking dog, man.
Was he like on cocaine or?
What the hell? The table's moving on me. What the fuck?
I mean, how do you end up blowing dogs? Are you high on cocaine? What's going on? Too much cocaine?
He's pretty horny.
Too much cocaine or whatever he is doing, and I want to start sucking off dogs.
And so you end up having your stomach pumped.
That's weird. Now, I heard David Bowie also in the mid 80s.
Oh, David Bowie, Mick Jagger, they were all
some bisexual stuff. I heard, or whatever.
Yeah, crossing swords on that one.
Yeah, just don't work.
Yeah. Outies are supposed to be outies, not innies.
I guess this don't work, but apparently this does. With friction on 2 sticks, right?
I guess it starts a fire.
Yeah, fire you can't control.
Yeah, and you know what? All I have to say about that is we didn't start the fire.
It was always. Yeah. David Bowie and Rod Stewart ignite it by sucking off the doggies. They were hounding
Billy
loud.
Joel.
The dogs never forgot it.
And who cares if you can't, what is that? Polish the fender.
Is that an expression? I never heard that one. Oh, so Elton John says that? Something about polish?
No, Billy Joel.
Billy
polish
Joel.
the fender.
Yeah. Okay, now I know who you're humming now.
Who cares if it's Cadillac, who know by now?
You should know by now. I like Billy Joel. Was Billy Joel gay too, or?
Nah, Billy Joel pretty much was, as far as I know, was straight.
Yeah. Until he went to Allentown, those boys held him down by his arms, by his legs. And now
then
he's
they
walking
went to
funny
town.
around. Yeah, he's walking funny around.
Yeah, who cares if you can't polish the fender?
That does sound gay, actually.
Heart attack, you ought to know by now.
Yeah. Billy Joe, I didn't know what happened to him. I liked Billy Joe back in the day, but when 86, 87.
Hey, I went to a concert. Billy Joel, Elton John.
Oh, wow.
They
Double piano, huh?
Yeah, well, they're freaking gay, they're crossing swords.
double piano penetration there.
Yeah, I went to that concert. It was at the old Sombrero of Tampa Bay Stadium.
Oh, the old sombrero. Huh?
It was a good concert. I won't deny it was a good concert.
Is the sombrero still there?
No, it's gone.
They tore that down, right? Yeah, they should have left it there, man. That was a national monument.
All right. I forgot to do the grade on this.
Yeah, let's just do it.
I'm going to give this a B plus and a swallow and a quarter. As far as a wheat beer goes at 8% ABV, it's pretty delicious. And it has that nice tart cherry along with the bourbon barrel. It's really kind of nice. It's sweet, but it's a nice sweetness, and it's a nice beer taste. And I'm going to tell you, Shagdog, if you have a chance to try this one, I think you actually might just like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you don't like wheat beers, but you might just like this.
There's some wheat beers that like German wheats. Some Hefeweizens, Berliner Weiss, whatever. But some Dunkelweisens. Yeah, I might try that. A lot of their beers I don't like, though, the bourbon, Kentucky bourbons for some reason. But this one I don't like too much. It's not real bad, but it is a sweeter porter.
Mm-hmm.
I like more robust coffee type porters, you know. But it's not real bad. I'll give it a C plus and a swallow. Yeah, maybe, you know what, a B minus and a swallow. I'll raise it up to a B minus.
Look at that lacing, Shagdog.
Just a little too sweet for me. Yeah, I like
that lacing that I experienced.
That's a lot of waste.
Yeah, that's what I figured too.
I got a little bit of lace on there, but not like you, not the rings around your waist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should get to bed now, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Maybe someday we could do more constructive beer reviews. Planning out. I think it was better when we did the same beer together.
I do believe when we do the same beer, it's always better.
Because we got the review out of the way pretty quick. We're reviewing the same beer, even online. But it was better in person with each other, actually. I'm going to have to move back down to where you're at, maybe.
Yeah, you promised. You tantalized.
I tell you what, though, the Florida, man, just thinking about moving back there, the cost of living there, you know, the minimum wage is up to $14. Next year goes up to $15. My brother's only making a couple bucks more than minimum wage right now.
What?
Well, you figure minimum wage used to be $8.25. I don't know what he's making now. Last I knew, like $16, $17 an hour.
He is running the freaking joint, and he's not making more than that.
I don't think he's making. I mean, he don't tell me his finance stuff, but last I knew, he was making like $16 an hour a couple of years ago. He was making more than that now, probably, but
how
much more?
I cannot believe that.
Greedy guy that runs that place, yeah.
I cannot believe that shit. That he's okay with that.
Well, I guess so. But he works enough hours. Yeah, I wouldn't be. I told my parents I would have quit years ago. They're like, "Yeah, you quit every job." I'm like, "Well, that's right. If I don't feel I'm being treated fairly, I quit."
Mm-hmm. That doesn't make any sense.
And what's wrong with it? His job is to get a new person in there, make them a man. You know, there's 4 managers. Used to be 3. They finally got a 4th one, so to cover.
I guarantee you, they will.
They all make the same as him. He's been there for 25 years.
They will turn around and pay the person that they bring in more money than they will pay him.
Probably. Well, you got the one guy, Arson. He's trying to be like the district manager of all the stores the guy owns. So he gets paid a little bit more now, I guess. He goes to all the different. Pat said, "I ain't traveling. I'm not going to St. Pete and going into these other places yet." I don't blame him, but Pat's been there for so long. 25 years, I think. 1999, I think, when he started there. 26 years. I'm like, go ahead, do it now. They should have had a girl there to do it with. Smack her if she smacks you.
I love her splash and smack me.
I tell you what, when I had this certain girlfriend and she was like telling me to smack her, I was like, what what? She goes, smack me. I'm like, I've never done anything like that in my life. It was weird as hell. I mean, I'm like, a harder. I'm like, oh my god, you know.
Yeah, choke her.
I choked her, smacked her. I was like, this is too weird for me.
Yeah, twist those titties.
We're getting bad.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I actually. I'm sorry. I actually think to myself that it would be fun, and I don't know. I mean, to me, it just seems like it would be good to just let go and do the crazy, shitty things. You know, the wild, crazy stuff. I don't know.
I didn't like that too much because I'm like, who trained her? Who taught her to do this? You know, somebody else got her into
Well,
that.
somebody may have taught her to do it, but
Yeah,
you can really get her to really accept it.
Yeah, but to me, it was just too weird. I was like, yeah, someone else was doing this with you, and you enjoyed it with someone else, and now you're trying to relive those old days through me. You know.
Well, you're just thinking too much.
But I smacked the shit out of her. And then I enjoyed it. I started getting into it a little bit. And then after a while, she's like, she didn't want to do that shit anymore. I'm like, you're the one that got me into this shit. Let me smack the shit out of you a few more times.
Smack the shit out of you.
Just kidding. I didn't. It's not like I did it all the time.
Oh, wow.
But that was the weirdest. I only had been with one woman like that. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, there's most of the women I've been with, they go to the extreme on the one side, like you know, I don't want to swallow, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Yeah.
Mom, I hope that's not you watching. We only got one viewer. Thanks for watching, Mom.
Hope you don't.
She
and then the other side is that they swallow and everything like that, but they're too far gone, man. You know, it's like, oh my God, you're way out there.
Yeah. There's a lot of crazy. I mean, there's women that are crazy, and I think it's all men's fault, really.
Yeah.
I think girls that are with the same man, as long as that man doesn't cheat on them or they don't catch them cheat on them, the women that are still with their high school sweethearts and they still think of them as their high school sweethearts and there's nothing that they know of is going on, those women aren't crazy. But the women who get cheated on, abused, whatever, they become crazy now. The next man that pick her up, they got to deal with all that last man's mistakes. And then when she leaves you, now the next man has to deal with your mistakes and the first guy's mistakes. You know,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, I'm not saying they don't have to deal with our mistakes either, but our mistakes aren't like that. Aren't like a woman's mistakes. You know, we ain't getting smacked around and treated like shit.
Unless you want to.
That's true. You could go that way as a man.
Yeah. Smack me around a little bit. You know, I can smack you around her.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
What? Get smacked around? Oh yeah, bitch.
Not by a woman. Yeah, not by a man either.
I like how you disqualify him.
I don't like getting smacked around by anybody. I'm just. I mean, if a woman's smacking you around, that's kind of like feminizing you, right?
You know, if a woman was to jump on top of you and ride your mouth, you know, I mean, what the hell?
Well, if she smacks you, I mean, if it smacks you in a loving way, I guess, like, come on, how do you want this, certain name for it or something?
Well, if she gets on top of you and she's riding your mouth or your cock or whatever, you know.
Yeah, we can't post this.
What?
You can't say these type of things on YouTube. We're a family channel.
I'm sorry, penis.
There you go. Riding your penis.
I mean, think about it. I mean, she jumps on top of you. She's
I hope my cousin's not watching because he subscribed to I saw the Instagram channel yesterday. He added me to his Instagram. He's a pastor, and I watched a couple of his videos. Talk about
Well, you know what? The pastor's in touch with what is wrong with America.
yeah. But I don't think he drinks at all anymore, and I think he's straight with God. That's good for him.
I applaud him.
But I don't hope he. I mean, I don't care if he watches me and tries to change me, but
Convert you?
I'm not gonna change. I'm who I am, right?
I don't know. I mean,
there's two different shag dogs: sober shag dog and drinking and getting loose shag dog. You know, I'm gonna say what I want when I drink.
yeah, that's true.
I'm a Christian. I'm not a perfect Christian. Never said I was. I'm not gonna judge others
you
for
don't
their
try
sins.
to pretend who you are. You know.
I'm not gonna judge others for the sins. I mean, if no matter what your sin is, I'm not gonna throw stones at you. There's some things I don't like other people do, and I'm sure there's things I like.
Hey, you have to be freaking committed if you're gonna cut it off.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's things I do that other people that sin different sins don't like the sins I do, you know? But I'm not going to throw stones at you for your sins. Don't throw stones at me.
Like I said, you know, you have to be pretty committed to cut it off.
Cut what off?
The winky.
I'm not cutting a winky off.
Yeah, you cut the winky off, man. You gotta be pretty committed.
Screw that. My winky's shrinking anyhow. I mean, I'm getting older. It's like winky's getting shrinky.
Out of the fact that you were scared, man, it's shrinking.
Yeah, it's going to be a shame if I get older and my shrinky dink goes shrinky. Because I heard some old people get their shrinky dinks so shrinky it goes inside them. They get innies. I don't know if that's true or not. Right, should be.
Oh, oh, shit.
Oh, well, such is life.
Yeah. Anyway,
thanks to our one viewers that watched for a while. Now, second viewers joining us. You're a little too late for all the madness. Yeah. So thanks for joining.
Oh, man. All right. Well,
and Jammer has to keep going. I might do one more by myself. I'm still debating.
Oh, shit.
Do one more.
You're going to do one more? You want
No, you got to go to bed. Maybe I'll wait till next week. Anyways, you got to get to bed. I probably should go to sleep. Anyhow, that's 4 beers for me. That's enough.
You're freaking lying. You're freaking lying on me.
Yeah, but you got to work tonight, dude.
All right. So go do another one. All right, fine.
Maybe. I'm not even sure yet.
Yeah, I think you should. I think you should do one more. I think you should do one more by yourself. I truly do. I think you should do one more by yourself.
I may, Jammer. We'll see how I feel in about 10, 15 minutes.
I hope you do.
And I'd like to thank Jammer for coming back after about 4 or 5 weeks. Back to the beer review, back once again.
And hopefully, granted, I have to take care of a few things and everything like that. So hopefully, in another 4 or 5 weeks, maybe I can come back again.
Yeah.
That's what I hate. You know, I turn around and do this shit. You know. Anyway,
I tell you what,
story short, in 4 or 5 weeks, I'll be back.
There you go. And I'm going to make some, I'll have to do some dietitiary plans with you. Maybe you can do 1 or 2 a week and every 2 weeks. 1 or 2.
That would be nice. It would be, yeah, maybe. You know, I could possibly do it. I guess I could, you know.
I mean, you know me. I only drink more than 3 when I'm doing beer reviews with you. So
that's true.
When I'm by myself, it's usually about 3 at the max, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well.
All right.
Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, and sharing. I am Jammer.
I am the Shagdog.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll see you on the next one, guys, gals, and everything in between.
That's right.
Take care.